Okay, so Runt update. He seems to be doing very well. There he is. Oh, hi, kitty. You're right at the front. How you doing? Here, let's get a proper light on in here. Not that I think it's going to last very long. Hey. Oh, aren't you a cutie? Right at the front. It does not like to focus on him. Hi, baby. So he doesn't seem to be having the popping noise anymore. And what I did was, it was really bad yesterday. So I took this stuff here. This is my F10FC concoction. It's just F10FC diluted into distilled water, or really reverse osmosis water in this case. And that is an antiseptic. And I've used it in the past for both Alice and my leopard gecko Aaron whenever they've had respiratory infections, and it clears it up. It's sort of a home remedy, and let's see, it's kind of like, this is the bottle that it comes in, and this is it in its pure form. It's F10FC veterinary disinfectant. It works very good. I actually use it to, this bottle here is actually, this is distilled water and Dawn dish soap that I use to clean down the baby bins, and then I spray with the F10FC over there to disinfect. And I used to have a cold vapor machine that's supposed to be, well, we'll call it a nebulizer, and it's supposed to be, you know, for essential oils, but you can use it for stuff. In fact, you know, if you have Western hognose snakes or just any animals that have problems breathing in chemicals, don't ever do that. Essential oil machines will kill your hognose snake. They will give them a neurological damage. After about a week, they'll start falling over and unable to remain upright, and then they will die. So, if you're planning on getting a Western hognose snake and you like essential oils, you're going to have to go without one or the other. Anyways, as I was saying, with the F10FC, normally you want to nebulize it, you want to build like a vapor chamber. In fact, I have a vapor chamber. It looks exactly like this. This is what I used to thaw out my their food. It has a hole cut in the top. It looks exactly like that, but I attach tape to the hole and then cut a smaller hole in it, attached a tube to the nebulizer, and then you have a vapor chamber which you can use to store the animal in, and then you run the nebulizer with a diluted amount of F10FC inside distilled water or reverse osmosis water. I believe it's about 2% is what you want to use. And they will breathe that in. It kills both viruses and bacteria, and you don't really want to use it at any strength higher than a 5% dilution. Right now, that's a 5% dilution, but it's not going inside a nebulizer. So what I did was I just did 2 spritzes right here in the center, and the heat from the back of this rack system causes that to evaporate, basically. And because the seal is so tight on this tub, there's still some airflow that can get through, but it's enough that he gets an exposure of about 15 to 30 minutes before it all evaporates, and he breathes that in. And it looks like it took care of the problem, because he's not popping no more. However, appearances can be deceiving. You never want to, in the case of bacteria infections, just assume that the problem is taken care of. Same thing goes for antibiotics. You give your animal antibiotics, it starts working within 2 days. It doesn't matter. You finish the regimen, because some of the bacteria can survive. The bacteria that survived will build an immunity to whatever you're using to kill it, and then you have to use something stronger. And unfortunately, with Western hognose snakes, there are many times where you can't go stronger, or the cure is worse than the disease. So, one of these days I'll build a list of all the medication that will outright kill Western hognose snakes. Because the list already exists online, and I've already run into one medication that nearly killed Alice before she was able to get any eggs out. Not that, you know, she didn't eventually pass away anyway. So, you're just sitting there, you okay? He's okay. He's very active now. So, yeah, that's the update on the Runt. He's doing all right. No more gasping for air. He's doing very well. I'm switching him off of sardines. Here's another thing, okay? Here's another thing. Just bring him out up here so you can see him while I talk, because I'm not very interesting when I just talk without showing anything. So here's the thing. Sardines, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of this word because I can't talk right now, apparently, because I'm uncaffeinated. And even if I was, I probably wouldn't be able to pronounce it. But anyways, I think the enzyme is called thiamylase or something like that, where you can cause a thiamylase deficiency in your snakes by feeding them certain fish types. And I had forgotten entirely about this list until somebody asked on one of my videos, could you feed them anchovies instead of sardines? And I was like, I wonder if anchovies is on the list of deadly fish. And so I went and looked it up, and then I also scrolled down because I was like, you know what? I never checked sardines because I just assume the keepers who are recommending these fish also know about the problem, and so that they wouldn't recommend anything harmful. Well, in certain cases, you have to use harmful things to get babies started or to get your animal eating. Usually, when an animal is growing and developing, you do not want to keep them on these problem foods very long. So just so you know, sardines are on the list. And so the Runt here will not be getting sardines anymore because he has eaten... How much has he eaten? He has had sardines 4 times now. And he is actually putting on weight and growing a bit. He's a little bigger than he was when he first hatched out. Oh, baby, what's that? Am I stressing you out? Yes, he is. He might not be entirely done with it, which is once again why you keep going. So he's going to get spritzed like for 5 days straight. Hopefully we can knock out this respiratory infection if that's what he actually has. Assuming it's not a developmental problem. Anyways, there's a list out there with fish that are safe and fish that are not. Tilapia is on the list of safe fish. And that's what I used to feed my Western Hognose snakes as a treat. So I will be doing that with him. I got some tilapia. I also got some Vienna sausage, which they can have, but that's just to get them started. And I'm going to try and get him onto pinky heads, and we'll see where we can go from there. You're giving me the scary tongue flicks. You might be. All right. Let's put him away. I pretty much said everything I wanted to say. Hopefully I didn't cut any thoughts off mid-sentence like I tend to do. Baby, watch out. I noticed he does tend to open his mouth more when he is stressed out. So, yeah, we're just going to keep going with the disinfectant and hope that it works for him. All right.